Okay. This two one work together. Directions over here. Again, if you are working at home, it works for me on Safari browser. At my laptop works. My desktop that I'm on now works. At school, the desktop does not. So maybe go to a different browser. We found that Chrome does work at school to find these. Now, what else I also did is in Google, I'm putting together uh, application and work together for that section. The notes are there. So if you're having a hard time, we put them on a Google Doc that you can find the notes. It's just a screenshot of these, which might be helpful, might not be. Maybe bring it up on Chromebook and you can use that. And then that way you don't have this full, you can use this whole screen. So I have a screenshot of it on my laptop that I'll be probably using, but I just wanted to kind of go through this. I always look at the directions. It'll tell you that we're going to have chairs and desks as our two departments for this company, bank office, that the problem that we're working on. We're on page 3 of the sales journal and 6 of the general journal. So that's a little bit different. We're going to be using 8% sales tax. So when you're finding sales tax, you'll need 8%. We have the credit memorandums where we credit the account receivable and the vendor, and we would debit sales returns and allowances and sales tax payable. And so we have these transactions. And so I'm going to close these because I have it on my laptop and I want you to be able to see the whole screen. And again, if you have any questions, you can go, if you don't have two screens or your Chromebook and a computer or whatever, you can bring this up and you can kind of minimize it. Just so for my purpose, I can't show you otherwise. All right. So we have two journals here, sales journal and then the general journal. The general journal is where we put the CMs, the credit memorandums for when people return items to us. The sales journal is when we're making a sale. And then we'll talk briefly about posting, but I'm going to kind of show you that and leave it alone. All right, so the month is September. The date for the first one is 3rd, and we are working with, it said sold a desk on account to LKL products for $1,415 plus sales tax. So if you're doing those directions like I am, all right, so we have LK, usually it pops up. Yeah, okay, LKL Products Company. All right, and it tells us this is sales number 422. So that's our going in here. It says we made a sale for $1,415 and we sold a desk. So $1,415. Excuse me. We have, to figure out the sales tax, we multiply that by 8%, and this is a sales credit. So then we have the tax, 8%, 113.20. If you multiply 1,415 times 8%, you get the sales tax, and then we will bill this company for the total amount. We need to get them to pay us the total amount. We need to pay the government this amount, and then this covers our cost for the chair. Okay, so that is the first transaction. And again, if you were looking at these, I'm not going to keep bringing this up, but I just wanted to show you why, what am I talking about? We're getting it from the transaction here. All right, so that's the first transaction. Next one's on the 6th. So the 6th, we sold a chair on account to United Charities. It's tax exempt. It even tells us that. So we'll do 6 there. United Charities, it pops up. It is sales slip 423. We don't have a tax for this, and it's a chair. Charities, schools, churches are going to be tax exempt. And so that's why that's is an easy one where we don't have to figure out any sales tax. Make sure you put it in the correct department. The next date is the 11th. It says sold 3 desks on account to Grayson Incorporated. So on the 11th, Grayson Incorporated, it is our 424th sales number. It says that the 3 desks were a total of $2,400 plus sales tax. $2,400. And then we have to figure out the sales tax, and we multiply that by 8%. 2,400. It's desks. It's 3 of them, so you can kind of figure it out. $800 a piece. And we got the sales tax. So we add those two up, and you get, you don't get that, 2,592. Okay. Original cost, multiply that by 8% to get the sales tax, add those two numbers up. This credit plus this credit equals this debit. Okay. All right. The 16th, it says granted credit to Gleason for one of the desks. So $800, it says, plus sales tax. So we go to the general journal, and this is the first one. So we do September. Oh, I think I got to put a T there. No? Did I not? Yeah, okay. SCP. We're the 16th, and what they're telling us again, granted credit to Grayson for one of the desks sold S424, $800 plus sales tax. So what they're saying is on the sales slip 424, one of these plus the sales tax. So we got to go, and we are granting them credit for whatever reason. We're not, for this purposes, we don't know what it is, but we are going to debit sales returns and allowances, and this is one of the desks, so we want to choose desks. We are going to debit the sales tax payable. It is called a credit memorandum, meaning we will credit the account receivable and the company. In this case, it's, what the heck? In this case, it's Grayson Incorporate. Credit memorandum, we credit the account receivable and the vendor. We lower their bill because they're returning some items. What are they returning? An $800 desk. Oops, that's $8,000. $800 desk, $64 in tax. For a grand total, we're taking off their bill of $864. Okay. How'd you get the tax? 8% of 800. Kind of how we're doing things. Okay. The next one says on the 23rd, we sold we sold 10 chairs on account to this LK Products Company for $3,650. And these are chairs, so $3,650 worth of chairs plus sales tax. You multiply that by the 8%, you get $292 in tax. And you add those two credits up, and you get $3,942. Okay, nothing to it. The 27th is another credit memorandum. What they're doing is says they granted credit to the Davenport Company for an allowance for a defective chair of $75 plus sales invoice from the previous sale. It says 421, so we don't have it, but it's something that we've had before. So it's sales returns and allowances, but it is a chair this time. We're going to be doing sales tax payable, and it's a credit memorandum. It's CM46. They go in numerical order. And what are we crediting? We're crediting, I can't type, accounts receivable and Davenport Corporation. The credit memorandum means we're crediting the controlling account, accounts receivable, and the vendor. And what is the amounts again? This time we're returning $75 worth of goods. Their sales tax is $6. You add those two numbers up, you have $81. Okay. Now what you need to do, you need to post these amounts. Well, no, actually we got to get totals, I guess. So we need totals. So the 30th, with last day of the month is the 30th. 8,372.20. 597.20. 3,960 and 3,815. We total the sales for the last day of the month, happens to be 30th of September. I didn't put that sales slip in there. Geez, sorry. 425 in a hurry. Anyway, so now we're going to post these. What did they tell us in our notes? We're going to post each one of these individually to the companies. We're going to post the total to accounts receivable, the total to sales tax, the total to chairs and desks. When we're in the general journal, we're going to post each one of these amounts individually. This one, we will do accounts receivable / Grayson account, or Grayson. Sorry. So we'll post these individually. In the sales journal, you'll only post the accounts receivable individually, and then these totals. And what you'll end up with for posting will be something that'll look like this. You will go in numerical order: 11, 16, 323, 6, 16, 27, 30, 16, 27, 30. Okay. And that's the posting. All right. Hopefully that'll work.